Give that to somebody that ain't got no suit. Because all Skippy's going to do is cut a seam up the back of it. Because when this body is laid down, there's something called rigor mortis that sets in. And the only way that they can get you in your best suit is to break your bones if it's going to be on you whole. But I'm not worried about a suit. I'm worried about my DNA. I'm worried about my divine natural attributes. I'm worried about that stuff that God put in me from the beginning. Come on, Pastor, be theologically sound. Homoousios. It means of the same stuff or substance. It means that God created me and then he created the woman. She is not substandard to me. She is not less than me. There is not an over-under modality, but we walk side by side. Can I help somebody right now? If you got one and she's halfway decent, because of her DNA, you ought to treat her like the queen that she is. You do remember Solomon when he saw Queen of Sheba. He marveled at her, that her skin was black, that she was comely. In other words, she was good looking. And he said the girl had a mouth full of pearls. She may be ugly, and her hair may be as long as the black on a frying pan. But if she loves you, you ought to love her back. Just like that. Come on, somebody. I don't call her what they call breeding dogs, because that's not what she is. She's got a little bit of the nature of God in her. And every time you see her, you ought to see the God in her. Oh, I know she can be mean sometimes, but it takes a mean woman to keep a mean Negro in life. Oh, I wish y'all would help me in here. She's got everything you need, and she's had it from in the beginning. Stop blaming her for your downfall. She didn't do it. God gave you the instruction. If she's wayward, that means that you are wayward. Can I get up close and personal right now? Stop walking around talking about your menstrual cycle is a curse from God. Come on, y'all. Come on. Oh, no, he's not going to talk about menstrual. Yes, I am. It ain't no curse. Every time you have it, sister, you ought to remember where God brought you from. That's why the Bible says when you're on it, your man ought to leave you alone. Because God is just helping you to get rid of some of the stuff that you don't need in your nature. Well, work it out, Pastor. You see, if you make that a curse, then when your children are ignorant, you will call them cursed. You better get your theology right. Can I talk for a minute here? God told me to build a ship. And I built it.
Go ahead.
Great big old ship. But I built it.
That's right.
And then I put 2 of every kind in it. And I got 7 members of my family, including my beautiful wife, and I went in. But I got frustrated because I was out there saying, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. Better be ready, bear this in mind. God shall know the rain will shine. Won't be water. Fire next. Ain't nobody come to hear the sermon or the singing. Noah went to the back of the ship and got him a bottle of plug. Laid up there and drunk it. And went to sleep drunk. And woke up and didn't know whether he had been violated.
Make it plain.
I'm trying to help somebody. It is the theological overlay on the text of white theologians that make us think that Noah cursed his son. But if you read it close, the curse is on his grandson. But it ain't really a curse. He just had an attitude. You know how you wake up with a... You ever woke up in the morning mad? I mean, got out of bed mad? Anybody ever woke up mad? I'm almost finished this sermon. And so what they did, they said, oh, what we need to do is we need to develop the Hamitic curse. That's how black folk got it. No, baby. God created me. Stop telling these black children that they're living under a curse. If you're in God, ain't nothing cursed. Everything that God did is good. Everything that he created was right. How do you know? Because when he got finished, he said it's good. Can I help you? You ain't cursed, you just messed up. Put your hand on yourself and say, I'm just messed up. And you ain't messed up because Eve messed you up. You messed up because the interloper got involved in the relationship between God and man. Well, let me go ahead and bring the theology up here. The text says, you may eat of every seed-bearing plant in the garden. Now, the last time I ate an apple, in the middle of it is a core, and the core holds the seeds.
That's right. That's right.
How in the world is eating something that God told me to eat gonna cause me to be cursed? I'm gonna tell you something that would get me kicked out of seminary. They would say, we didn't teach you that. No. You just taught me to research, and I kept digging till I found it. If God said it, I can eat it. If he said it and I ate it and it got me in trouble, then God's a liar. But listen, God is not a man that he should lie. Everything that he said is right, real, and correct. I'm glad you asked. You really want to know what got you in trouble? Wasn't no apple. It was disobedience. Because Adonai had said, this is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Can I dig a little deeper here? Ain't no way in the world that the woman you married to or the man that you're married to is bone of your bone or flesh of your flesh. She her daddy's flesh. That's why I tell Brittany, it's mine until I walk down the aisle and tell the little boy he can have it. It's, y'all feel I'm trying to couch that real deep. It belonged to me. And so if she do something illegally and bring it home to me, I'm going to change his name. I'm trying to help y'all with the last sermon. You see, ain't nothing wrong with us. We got good sense. We just started letting babies have babies. Huh? Them old folk took them babies and put them with somebody that had sense, because they know you got to have sense to rear a baby. And a 16-year-old ain't got no business with no baby because she a baby. Just because you got feminine makeup don't make you a woman. Just because you got male don't make you a man. What makes you a man or woman is you account responsibly to God for what he taught. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue. But no, Apple got them messed up. Can I be me? There was an interloper in the garden. Just like on your job, sister. He know when you come to work broke up. Hey, girl. Hey. What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong. Why you looking so blue? I'm all right. If you were mine, I'd take care of you, boo. Eve was out there hunting daily food. She saw a cat leaning up against a tree.